Practical examples of AI application as a creative. Module 3. AI for presentation slide creation. A hands-on walkthrough for creatives who need polished, client-ready presentation deck without spending hours in PowerPoint. You don't need to be a PowerPoint design expert anymore. Building a presentation used to mean staring at a blank slide, manually choosing fonts and colors, hunting for stock images, and spending hours aligning text boxes just to make something look professional. For many creatives and office professionals, this wasn't a small task. It was a project on its own, often eating into time meant for the actual thinking and strategy behind the presentation. AI has changed this completely. Instead of building a deck slide by slide, you can now describe your topic and let AI generate a fully structured presentation, complete with titles, bullet points, suggested visuals, and even a coordinated color scheme in minutes. What this shift means for productivity in the office. Meeting prep time shrinks dramatically. A deck that once took an afternoon can now take 10 to 15 minutes. Non-designers, managers, analysts, marketers, founders can produce visually polished decks without relying on the design team. Teams can iterate faster. If feedback changes the direction of a pitch, a new version can be generated instead of manually rebuilding slides. More time is freed up for the parts of presentation building that actually requires human judgment, the narrative, the argument, and how it's delivered in the room. The shift. Your value as a creative or professional isn't in how fast you can format a slide, it's in how clearly you can think through what the presentation needs to say. AI handles the formatting, you handle the thinking. AI tools for slide creation. In this module, we'll focus on two tools, Gemini and Claude AI. Gemini, built by Google, which makes it naturally suited for handing off directly into Google's own tools, including Google Slides. Once Gemini generates a slide deck, you can export it directly into Google Slides with a single click, ready to be shared, commented on, and edited by your team. Because the export goes straight into Google's ecosystem, it's a strong choice for teams that already collaborate inside Google Workspace. It tends to produce clean, straightforward layouts, a solid, reliable starting point for most business or training decks. Claude AI. Claude AI tends to produce more thoughtfully structured content, stronger narrative flow from slide to slide, and more nuanced suggestions for how information should be grouped. It generates a downloadable presentation file directly, which you can then upload into Google Slides yourself. Create a new presentation at slides.google.com, then import the file if you want to collaborate with a team afterwards. It often produces the strongest first draft slide content when the topic requires more explanation or teaching, since it reasons more deeply about how to sequence information. In short, Gemini gives you the fastest path straight into a shareable Google Slides file, while Claude AI often gives you the strongest first draft thinking and structure and design, which you then bring into Google Slides yourself for team collaboration. 3. Practical example. Creating a presentation with AI. Just like we used AI to create flyers and a promo video in the earlier modules, we are now going to use AI to build a full presentation, this time for a course titled Why AI is Needed by Creatives Today. Step 1. Generate the background text or notes first. Before you can turn anything into slides, you need the actual content the slides will be built from. So the first step is generating the underlying course notes. The prompt to generate the course notes. You are an expert course creator and instructional designer. Generate a complete set of course notes on the topic. Why AI is needed by creatives today. Structure the notes with a short introduction, 4 to 5 clearly titled sections covering different reasons AI matters for creatives, e.g. speed, accessibility, competitive advantage, and creative expansion, and a short closing summary. Keep the tone practical and motivational, written for social media managers, copywriters, marketers, and designers, and also add any other relevant section. Paste this prompt into a few AI engines and compare the results. Pick whichever response gives you the clearest, most suitable note to build for. After pasting the prompts in 3 different AI, you will get 3 different responses. After reviewing the 3 responses, I chose the ChatGPT version as the preferred content for the presentation creation because it is the most complete, well-structured and learner-focused response. It follows the logical teaching flow with learning objectives, clear sections, key takeaways, practical examples, reflection questions, and a strong summary, making it feel like a professional training module rather than just a text. It is also written in a simple language that is easy for beginners such as social media managers, copywriters, marketers, and designers to understand, while providing enough depth to keep experienced learners engaged. Most importantly, its structure makes it easy to convert into presentation slides, with each section naturally become one or more slides. Step 2. Turn the notes into slides. Copy your preferred response, which is ChatGPT in this case, from step A, then head to Gemini or Claude AI and attach a new prompt that instructs the AI to convert these notes into a full slide deck. Here is the prompt to convert notes into full slides. Turn the text below into a full presentation slide deck. Create a title slide, 1 slide per section, and a closing slide. Add a cohesive color scheme suited to a professional but modern creative training brand and suggest relevant pictures, icons, or simple infographics or charts on slides where they will strengthen the points being made. Keep the text per slide concise and presentation friendly, after which you paste your text. Press enter and let the AI generate the deck. Step 3. Compare the results. Run the same prompt across Gemini, Claude AI, and even ChatGPT and compare which one gives you the strongest slide deck. In practice, Claude AI tends to produce the most well-structured, thoughtfully sequenced deck of the 3, but it's always worth comparing since results can vary by topic and prompt phrasing. After the responses were generated from Gemini and Claude AI, I compared them. Although both presentations were created from the same prompt, they approached the task differently. The Gemini presentation focused on providing a concise high-level overview with fewer slides and summarized points, making it suitable for business presentations or executive briefings. In contrast, the Claude presentation was designed as a complete learning experience with a clear instructional flow that included learning objective introduction, well-organized sessions, and key takeaway, common myths, reflection questions, and a model summary. The structure makes it easier from the two responses generated. You can see that the slide generated by Claude AI was a lot better than the slide created by Gemini for obvious reasons. It has better colors, it has a chart, and it also has other nice sections. It has better colors, it has charts, and it also has good spacing, layout, and the likes. The presentation generated by Gemini is equally good and equally friendly, but you can see that its design is not as sophisticated as the design we get from the response of Claude AI. So the slide developed by Claude AI is the preferred slide being chosen. Step D. Export and share your slides. From Gemini, once your slides are generated, click the button below the slide preview, select Export to Google Slides. Your deck opens directly inside Google Slides, ready for further editing and to share with your team. From Claude AI, download the presentation file generated by Claude AI. Go to slides.google.com, click to create a new presentation. Import the downloaded file into the new presentation. Make any final edits or formatting changes directly inside Google Slides. And with that, you have just created a full presentation deck for the course Why AI is Needed by Creatives Today, from raw idea to shareable, editable slides without opening PowerPoint or manually designing a single slide. Exercise. Now it's your turn to practice. Create a presentation deck for a topic of your choice using the same process. Generate your notes, convert them into slides, compare outputs across AI engines, and export your final version. Once finished, upload it to the community group chat. Conclusion. Presentations have always mattered for pitching clients, training teams, or presenting ideas to leadership. But building them well used to take far more time and design skill than most creatives had to spare. That barrier is now gone. Being able to move from a raw idea to a fully designed, color-coordinated, visual-rich deck in minutes changes what's possible in your day-to-day work. It means last-minute meeting requests no longer send you into a panic. It means you can pitch a new client with a polished deck the same day the same idea comes to you. This means the time you used to spend formatting text boxes can now go into sharpening the actual message, which is where your value as a creative has always really lived. A great presentation was never really about the slides. It was always about the thinking behind them. AI just handles the slides so you can focus on the thinking.